my name is Ruud Sips. I'm a general dentist. And today we're going to talk about the metal guide. We all know guides for guided surgery in implant dentistry. And most used is the plastic guide for placement with the metal sleeves inside of it. And we all know them and you can use them. But nowadays we are able to print 3D a metal guide, which give new opportunities and new chances to do your implant strategy. For all guides, we advise you to start digitally. So make a digital impression with an intraoral scanner and combine that with CBCT data. If you then create a file, you can decide whether you want to do just a pilot drill guide for just the initial drill, or you can decide for a full sequence implant placement, where of course you need more accessories and more tools from your implant brand to make sure that you are able to place it. It's actually the same as with the conventional guides from plastic, but again, you are able also to do with metal guides. You can choose between those two options. Then, if we're looking to metal, we should realize that metal is a different type of material, so it has different properties. And the benefits of it is that it's stronger, so we are able to create thinner and smaller pieces of guides, which give you more, for instance, interocclusal space, but also gives a more rigid situation. Of course, we will create inspection windows in it to check the proper seating of the guide, as well as we make it so thin that you are able to cool better with the water supplied when you place an implant. So actually, few features you already know from the original guides, but also a few special things which make the metal guide different. So the metal, the material of metal, it increases the resistance to breakage during surgery. Sometimes you can get some tension and also friction, and that's less because it's metal. And it gives better results when you have that limited mouth opening, mainly in the distal area of the mouth. It's very easy to check the seating, and of course we can make the whole guide smaller, so we can reduce it to supported size because the material is simply stronger. It gives better irrigation, and we don't need those cemented sleeves. Of course, we are able to place them as well, so you can do it with, but it's not obliged to do it. It's also possible to do it without. And last but not least, and also since of course we all need to think about the environment, there's also less waste material, of course, because we only print the metal from like dust kind of substance, and we don't really have the plastics and that kind of stuff. So it's environmentally better and more cleaner. How can we create these guides? So there are actually two options. Or you can design your own guide, but realize that you have to figure out that it's in metal. So please don't go along the contact point, because then it might be that your guide gets stuck. So if you want to do that, please take contact with our implant support staff to make sure that you create a good guide initially. And if you did it for a few times, I think everyone is able to reproduce that. But yeah, take in considerations the parameters necessary to create a good guide in metal. Or the other way is to let us design the whole guide and do the planning. And of course, we give you files so that you can approve the case. So we will never produce a guide without your first approval. It's advised to do it always on CBCT data, because that gives, of course, the best insights in your situation. Also considering the risk of the nerves and structures available. So please use CBCT data. You can just send in the files to the laboratory as you are used to do, also with IRS cases. And then we can continue on that on design and in the end print the metal guide. So in general, we could say this metal guide has certain properties which are new, gives us new chances, and I think you will enjoy using this guide definitely, because it's so strong and smaller and you can hit that most distal spot in the back of the mouth because it's much thinner. If there's anything, please contact our dental support, our technicians, if you have any questions about this. And we will definitely give more lectures on these metal guides. So please follow us and we will show you more about the metal guide.